Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Michigan International Speedway for the second race of the NRSL Hankook Tyres V8 Supercar Challenge. Once again, joined by my man, Mr. Vince Freeze.
Here we are, Michigan International Speedway, the Irish Hills, 2 mile track, tire fall off as expected, and a whole different package from what we saw at Armory. Should be a fun one.
Yes, indeed. Now, these cars do have this low drag, high grip package. So it'll be interesting to see how that fares here with Michigan with the tire wear that we expect to see. We did see a little bit of fall off at Armory, but you don't really see it a lot on the super speedway tracks. But here at Michigan, oh, we will definitely see it. By the way, I misspoke back at Armory. It is a 12 race season, not a 14 race season, so I apologize for that. Thanks to Vince for pointing that out following the race as we get ready for the second race of the season. And then we'll have a 4-race road course skid after this race. But anyways, let's get to your starting lineup. Keith Rich, Jesse Turner on the front row. Zach Flickinger, Dylan Young, row 2. Audra Branauskas, Seth Cole, row 3. Logan York, Cole Deaver, row 4. With Yael Carrillo and Peter Onjak in row 5. As we go through the rest of your starting lineup, Armory Digital winner Quinton Moore starting deeper in the field, as Fitzwater and Deanna Jones had problems on their qualifying lap. They start at the back. Quinton Moore is your points leader after winning Armory Digital. And let's get you trackside for the Command the Fire engines.
Crank them engines!
As we mentioned at Armory Digital, there are no bonus points for leading laps or leading the most laps. It all comes down to position. You win the race, you get 60 points. You finish 29th, you get 14 points. 1 point up from 29th through the positions up to 11th. Then a 2-point jump from 11th to 10th, 10th to 9th, and so forth until you get to the top 5. You get to the top 5, it is a 3-point jump from 6th to 5th, as well as from 5th to 4th, and 4th to 3rd, a 4-point jump from 3rd to 2nd, and a 5-point jump from 2nd to 1st. Just to mention it again here, I'll probably say this in every race, but this point system is the one we'll be using for the Digital Storm Cup Series and Jerky Pro Truck Series come the 2021 seasons. And as we get ready to go green, fastest in practice was Vince Freeze in the 44 car, and he starts
14th.
And Vince would know where he is starting. So we're getting ready for the second race of the season, second oval race. Remember, there's only 4 ovals and 8 road courses. And after this one, Pig Stadium and 3 Unit are the only oval tracks that remain, and those tracks will definitely have a lot slower speed. So high speeds one more time around an oval for the V8 Supercar Challenge. We are green, and we'll have to see if we have any cautions like we did at Armory Digital. So there you see, they're only going to be able to go about 180 through these corners, Vince.
Yeah, they're going to be restricted, but I think 200 easy on the straights. Yep, and plus, and then some.
Looks like about 210 there in the turn 3 with Branauskas. And about 190 through turn 3 and 4.
I see 215 at the end of the turn 1 straight here. Let's see. Maybe a little bit more, maybe.
So it's going to be about 218 there for Branauskas leading this field. And it looks like it'll be a mostly low-line race. As the front of the field have gotten single file, as Keith Rich appears to have gotten in the wall. So he has fallen way back from 8th place. Quinton Moore also not doing so well. Same with Fitzwater, same with Deanna Jones. It's back here in the draft. They're hitting about 220. And somebody else got in the wall. That was Vince Freeze. And it looks like getting into the wall going into turn 1 is going to be a thing today.
Yeah, and that tire wear, especially when that tire wear gets worse, these guys are going to be on the edge of their seats with these cars and handling.
So far, Baranowski continues to lead. Dylan Young, second place. He finished second at Armory Digital. And consistency will win you a championship, Vince.
I'd rather have 12 second place finishes rather than 7 wins and 4 DNFs. That definitely have to consider that going into the later stage of this championship as we enter that road course stretch too.
And it would be a huge boost of momentum for anybody winning this championship before the Cup season and the truck season begins, depending what series they're racing for. We know Dylan Young will be full-time Cup once again as he takes the lead away from Baranowski. Baranowski scheduled to be back in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. Zach Flickinger is making a return to the Digital Storm Cup Series for his own team, as Logan York will focus on full-time Cup racing and run a little bit of trucks on the part-time basis. DJ Curtis has no plans to run in 2021. As just reminding everybody here that this was an invite-only series. DJ Curtis getting the invite for his Cup success through 3 seasons, 2017 to 2019. But who knows? Maybe after seeing how he does here in this series, he might come back. Who knows? Johnny Gardner, 2-time Cup champ, will keep things mostly the same, running for his own team in the Cup Series and running part-time down in the Truck Series. As we're already seeing a lot of fall-off here, Vince.
Yeah, I think we'll be up to a second by lap 10. I just don't think these tires, the way these speeds are going to last, is looking 3 wide. Ellison looking, but he's going to back off.
James Ellison will be running full-time in the Jerky Pro Truck Series for what will be his 4th full-time season, as he also jumps up to the Cup Series for his rookie campaign with Junior Motorsports. So we'll see how Ellison does in his what will likely be his 4th and final full-time Truck Series season. And see if he can get that championship that eluded him by a poor missing of pit road back in Texas.
Up front, though, Dylan Young looking to reign his dominance at these high-speed ovals.
And he's holding off Zach Flickinger right now for second. Baranowski will move back to third as they are 3 wide for fourth between Ellison, Gardner, and Curtis. Well, they were for a moment anyway. Someone just clipped the wall there going into turn 1. As Flickinger looking underneath Dylan Young again for the top spot. Now with a bumper full of Baranowski. And Flickinger will take the lead away from Dylan Young. Baranowski will follow through for second. As Gardner looking for third. James Ellison looking for fourth. Here comes Cole Deaver in the 67 car and Carter Friesen in the 20, who took that nasty lick back at Armory Digital. Now we're seeing
the fall off, though.
Oh, yes, indeed. The fall off, indeed. And look at these runs they're starting to get here at the back of this group, Vince, as Deaver's going to get put 3 wide and lose a ton of spots.
We just saw the same thing in Armory Digital. I still think with these high speeds over the runs, especially through the middle, we're going to meet a lot. Someone's looking 3 wide in the front.
Here comes Donovan Cage in that 23 Dodo car, and Seth Cole, Charles Sanford moving their way up through the field. So they are 3 wide there again. That's Ellison, Gardner, and Curtis again. That time for fourth. So those campers tend to get in the way there. But we're on lap 10. I think the fuel window is going to be about lap 15 or 16. We should expect another one-stop race.
Yeah, not too much strategy as far as the fuel window, trying to play the fuel games. But the undercut could be in effect. We'll see when we get to lap 15 who takes the overcut and who takes the undercut. As they're 3 wide again, 2 rows deep.
This will move Ellison up to fourth, so Ellison will clear. You see Charles Sanford getting stuck on the inside of Johnny Gardner, and Sanford has been moving. Now, we didn't look at fastest lap times for Armory, because, you know, it was Armory. But here today, Carter Friesen with the fastest lap, a 34.769.
tenth and a half to cover the top 10. These speeds are very close. That means qualifying, track positions, everything. Even though this is a play type S race, the speeds.
Dylan Young will get back by Baran-Oscus there for second. As the fall off is almost at 2 seconds now. As we look at the back of the field, Keith Rich way off the pack after he got on the wall earlier. Henry Sanford, Vince Freeze also at the back. Quinton Moore. Now this is what I was talking about, consistency. You can't go win a race and then finish outside the top 10 because you will plummet in the point standings when a guy like Dylan Young, who finished second to you at Armory Digital, goes up there and finishes top 5 again or something like that.
He's running second in that 2-car. How ironic.
So Quinton Moore better start moving, or his one race points lead will be a one race points lead. But things not going well for Keith Rich. He's way off pace. Zach Flickinger continuing the lead. Dylan Young trying to close it back up. As Baran-Oscus now getting a bit of a bumper full of James Ellison. As they're still battling it on for fifth. Now it's going to be 3 wide between Cage, Sanford, and DJ Curtis. Gardner Friesen still right here battling it out. Seth Cole just inside the top 10 as Peter Onjak has made his way into 11th. Zach Rogers just outside the top 10. Rogers will be running full-time in the Jerky Pro Truck Series next year as he will no longer be running for his Cup Series team. But the truck team coming back, Bulldog Motorsports, going to be 4 trucks strong. It'll be Zach Rogers, Deanna Jones, Colt Hudson, and rookie Enzo Nereza running full-time for the truck team in 2021 as they look for a championship. And Rogers is favored to be one of the favorites due to all of the Cup experience and truck experience he has. It'll be an interesting season to see what the truck veterans do against what is basically a leech looking for a championship. So Andrew Rich will run full-time Cup once again after his great season, 4-win season. With the playoff format changing in the Digital Storm Cup Series, it'll be interesting to see if Rich can qualify for the Final Four. We haven't talked about this yet, Vince. We didn't talk about it at Armory at all.
Right.
But
No playoffs for Jerky Pro, right?
The playoffs for a Digital Storm, rather.
Right.
No playoffs for Jerky Pro. Jerky Pro will be a 21-race season-long championship, but for the Digital Storm Cup Series, it'll be top 10 in points, plus anybody with a win from 11th to 25th in the standings will qualify for the playoffs. So we could have 10 drivers in the playoffs. We could have 25. And then the way it'll work is the first 9 races, as I think we're about to have pit stops here. The first 9 races, a playoff driver has to win the race in order to qualify for the Final Four race, for the final race of the season. And then we'll have up to 9 drivers go at it in the finale race of the year for the championship. If none of those playoff drivers win, it'll just go down to points. So everybody pit but Nico Tringali. And Keith Rich. Now here we go, Vince. Lap 17, so just past halfway.
This will be a one-stop race. Now the question is, who had the fastest pit stop? Somebody coming in.
4-tire stop. That is Jesse Turner right there.
Somebody coming out.
And Zach Flickinger will be the first one off a pit road, but he's got a bumper full of Dylan Young.
James Ellison, I think, in third. Yeah.
Baran-Oscus, Cage, Curtis 6th, Sanford 7th, Seth Cole 8th, Gardner 9th, and Andrew Rich 10th. And there's Tringali. Tringali had a later stall, so staying out actually worked very well for him. I'm not sure where he was in the running order, but we'll see if the overcut works out. Looks like the pit crew was a little slow on the left sides, though. There's Gatorade Victory Lane.
Camera's a little wonky here to the viewers, a little bit lopsided, but we'll see how far Tringali. Let's see if this payoff of the strategy paid off. No, I don't think so.
He'll come out of pit road. And Zach Flickinger takes the lead. Dylan Young in second. I believe Ellison might have clipped the wall. Baran-Oscus with a bumper full of Donovan Cage. There's DJ Curtis. There's Charles Sanford. There goes Seth Cole, but I believe Tringali will file in line in 10th. And he's got
Not bad, then.
he's got the freshest tires on the track, Vince. Can he do anything here in these last 13 laps?
Towards the end of the run with that tire fall, that extra lap might pay dividends. Also, a note on Seth Cole, watch him for the road courses. That guy, along with Fitzwater, I expect those two guys to be threats as we move into the later part of the season and these road course stretch.
Yes, indeed. Seth Cole, big-time road course ringer in the Digital Storm Cup Series. In fact, he won 2 of the road course races in the playoffs for the Cup Series this past year. He won the finale race of the round of 2. I don't even know if you can call it that. The last race in the round of 2 at Papyrus went to Seth Cole, locked him into the round of 8, and then the very next week at Virginia International Raceway, he went out, won that race, and he was locked into the Final Four just like that.
Seth Cole is probably praying for a road course as the finale eventually, but for now, got to make the most of those RCs when you got them.
Seth Cole currently running in 8th. As Brian Askus will be passed by Donovan Cage for 4th. This is another Speedway veteran guy. More so down in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. Donovan Cage has won at 4 intermediates in his Jerky Pro career, which is a record for any Jerky Pro driver. So no surprise that he's running up here in the top 5 in a V8 Supercar. As up at the front, James Ellison's putting the pressure on him, Vince.
Young looks to be slipping there. Here comes Ellison on the one-way. Can he make it stick? Nope. It's going to stay in line. I think the best way to go is just draft with Dylan Young. I wouldn't want to push the issue and lose some time, but this James Ellison's choice as always.
I don't know. I think Dylan Young might be actually holding him up. Now, if you look at the points, I believe Ellison finished in 28th place at Armory Digital. He got the pole at Armory Digital too, so he went from starting first to finishing second to last. Now today he's looking for a win. 10 laps to go that time by at the start-finish line. Fall off is already kicking back in. Fastest lap on the day will go to Andrew Rich, 34.696. No surprise there. He's arguably the best driver when it comes to intermediate tracks. Seth Cole and Tringali have drafted up to Charles Sanford. Now remember, every position from 10th to 6th, it's 2 points more or less, depending where you finish. So right there, that's 2 more points for Seth Cole. This could be 2 more points for Tringali. It'll be 4 less points for Charles Sanford.
Yeah, and that's where consistency when we get to the regular Jerky Pro and Digital Storm Cup Series will come into play, especially for Jerky Pro. With no reset, top 10 is everything in that series.
And that'll be a 21 race season. This is only a 12 race season, so the importance is really ramped up here in the V8 Supercar Challenge. But a season-long 21 race journey, it's going to be even more important, but you can probably make a mistake here or there during the season because the chances of other drivers DNFing will be higher too.
You also have a varying schedule. It's not just road courses and high-speed ovals. Something more of a mix.
A little more balanced. Sanford loses down to 9th. He's going to challenge Tringali here back for 8th. Tringali, though, with the 1-lap difference. It's not really helping him there. This is going to open the door, though, for Andrew Rich. As Johnny Gardner and Zach Rogers are closing in outside the top 10. Just kind of looking through here. Fitzwater, 14th. He started 28th. A little bit of a net gain there for him. Deanna Jones, 17th. She started last. Quentin Moore's gotten it up to 19th place. You see a lot of guys struggling here today. Keith Rich will pass Derek Hamill for position as Jesse Turner is at the back of the field now. At the front of the field, it is Zach Flickinger in the race lead. Dylan Young continuing to hold off Ellison for second. As they're all pretty even and nobody from the back is really gaining anything except Seth Cole. Tringali did indeed hold off Sanford for 8th.
If we stay as is, I think Dylan Young will have a nice lead. 2 seconds. That's the way to start a season.
Yeah, he'll have quite the points lead, I believe. If we look at the standings here. Carrillo got 3rd. Flickinger got 4th. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, Zach Flickinger If Dylan Young
Close.
finishes second, Dylan Young will have the points lead, and Zach Flickinger will be right behind him. Deanna Jones was fifth. Deanna Jones is outside the top 10, and Carrillo is outside the top 10. So it'll be the Flickinger and Dylan Young show to start off the season. Now, if Ellison gets by Dylan Young and Flickinger still wins this race, Flickinger would be the points leader, as Ellison will make a move here. 4 laps to go at Michigan.
Yeah, unless Flickinger makes some heavy mistake, I just don't think these guys have enough of a draft for the tire fall with 2 seconds almost. It's going to eventually hit 2 seconds.
We're going to go on board with Zach Flickinger here for a lap at Michigan, since we haven't done that yet today. You can just see with all this fall off how much off the gas they are.
Steering input's different too compared to a cup or a truck.
You also got to think on these ovals, Vince, they are right there next to the wall, so they can really see that wall.
Oh, battle for second behind. You see he's in his mirror.
And there it is. James Ellison will pass Dylan Young for second place.
Now can Ellison.
There it is, cutting me off.
Oh, jeez.
Now can Ellison catch Zach Flickinger? He just got by Dylan Young, and he's pulling away from him. Now, if Flickinger wins this race, he should have the points lead. 2 laps to go at the start-finish line.
He's got the draft. He does have the draft. He's sniffing it. Here comes James.
Can he get there? He was a 10th faster last time by. Oh, a little bit of a higher line here in 3 and 4. I don't know. I think he might have missed the corner. Donovan Cage will get 4th, I believe. Baranowski's 5th. Tringali has made it up to 6th. So Tringali might get a top 5 there. He's going to be close. White flag is out, though, here at Michigan for Zach Flickinger.
Yeah, Mr. Flickinger about to get the first career win of this new V8 Challenge Cup Series, as Ellison and Young will run at the podium. We can't say that now.
Through 3 and 4 for the final time today, it'll be Zach Flickinger getting the win in the second race of the season for the NRSL Hankook Tyres V8 Supercar Challenge. James Ellison will come home in 3rd with Dylan Young. Did I just say? No, James Ellison will come home in 2nd with Dylan Young in 3rd. Man, I got to get some rust off here. But it was a Holden 1-2-3, Vince.
Okay, I guess Holden does have the stranglehold on these ovals.
Donovan Cage 4th, Baranowskis in 5th. In fact, a Holden top 5. Tringali got it up to 6th. Looks like he made just almost a challenge there on Baranowskis. Andrew Rich 7th, Curtis 8th, Charles Sanford 9th, and Johnny Gardner 10th. So look at the rest of the finishing results. Keith Rich a lap down in last place. So Quentin Moore, your winner from Armory, will finish 17th. And now I believe with this win and with where Dylan Young finished, Zach Flickinger will take the points lead. So Flickinger and Dylan Young, the 2 drivers with top 5s throughout the first 2 races of the season, they're at the top of the point standings. And next up on the calendar is the Pensacola Road Course. So me and Vince will see you guys for that as we work through the schedule here in the month of December. Signing off here from Michigan. Hope you enjoyed today's race.
See you in Florida.